So Wonka, the trailer, came out with Timothée Chalamet, and I got thoughts, and I would love to hear yours. Hello, darlings, and welcome to Performance Perspective, where we watch different performances and then we share our perspectives. If you're new here, hi, I'm Gare Darling, and if you're not, welcome back. Usually I am on camera, but if you've been on my Instagram especially, you know that the 4th of July, I got burned, and now I'm peeling. It's sort of like if anyone's seen Bug's Life, like those crickets or cockroaches and stuff. That's how I feel currently. And yeah, I don't know. It's like I don't want to put more stuff on me, and I don't want to put on makeup. I just want my body to heal and whatever. But hey, we still got performances to talk about. And so Wonka came out. It is going to be a fantasy musical, and this will be interesting. So, okay, again, if you follow my episodes, usually I have everything down as far as what to script it and what to say. And as you can hear, as I am bumbling, sort of like Hugh Grant, this is pretty much my first impression seeing the trailer and stuff. Link will be in the description, so then you could go and watch it for yourself. But let's get started on, I guess, my perspective on it. And first off, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see this coming. And I did see photos of Timothée Chalamet dressed as Willy Wonka, but I thought it was just fans being like, wouldn't this be interesting if they ever made a remake, and not fully reading it and realizing, no, it's because they're creating this. So what a really nice treat to see this on YouTube. So I was like, all right, I'm in, let's click, let's do it. And I watched it and I thought to myself, I cannot wait to talk about this with my husband. So I waited till lunch and we're eating, and I had him watch it, and then we got in a fight. Now, if you're in a relationship or have a partner, have a wife, husband, it's not a real fight. It's just a heated conversation where it's not that I don't know. It's just not. It's not that important, but we're going to pretend it is important for today's episode. So we got in a heated discussion, is what I'll call it, because I have a lot of thoughts about this, and his response to me is, this is ridiculous that you are thinking of all of this because this is just the trailer. And so my thing is, and I'm going to use his analogy and stuff. So what he was saying was, listen, if you go on a date with someone, it doesn't mean that it's a great date, but then as you get to know them, then it can grow into something, which I absolutely agree with him and don't understand why we got in this heated discussion. So my thing is that, yes, I agree. A trailer is like a date, and you have your first impressions, and I'm allowed to have my first impressions and stuff. So I believe his side is more saying, hey, give it time, relax, like don't have such a, opinion in the beginning. And I feel a sense of, I'm allowed to have my first impressions, and I'm open to seeing where this goes. So with that said, okay, so I watched it, and I will say this is, when I think of Willy Wonka, of course, I think of what was it in the 1970s, Gene Wilder and stuff. I think of that, and I never read the book. I have seen the Johnny Depp version, which I believe is more similar to the book. So with that said, yeah, I gravitate towards the Gene Wilder and stuff. So when I saw the trailer, I was thinking to myself that Timothée Chalamet, the way that he was being Wonka in this for less than 3 minutes, I just felt that it was very slow. Like the rhythm of it was just, I just felt a sense of, where's the excitement in Wonka when doing his creations? Now, okay, again, I get it. It's just the trailer, but hear me out. When I think of Wonka, I don't think of him as someone that is hopeful or is a dreamer in the sense. I see him as more as a curious, mischievous sort of, genius. And that's what I was missing. I guess like the whole thing to me about Wonka is you don't know if he's good or bad, and there's just something about him that you can't trust. Hence, when Gene Wilder, they were offering the role to him, he said, I want to be introduced where I seem old and feeble, and then all of a sudden do the role and haha, I'm actually fine. So then you understand from the very beginning of, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you understand that you don't understand. You don't know what to expect with him and stuff. So that was something that kind of came out where I was like, I don't know. But again, it's a trailer, so we got to give it time, right? That was something that I thought of. It is a musical, but I don't know if you darlings noticed. Where was the music? There wasn't anyone singing. We saw that there is going to be, some dances and things like that, but there wasn't any music. So this actually makes me excited to, wait and see what it is like. I mean, is Timothy gonna sing? I'm guessing he is. I would love to hear his voice and things like that. So I think as far as what they have presented, I'm interested, I'm willing to go on a second date and stuff. So that's cool. I saw that it said the same director as Paddington, and hear me out. If you haven't seen Paddington, I'm with you. I was like, I don't want to watch this. Then these three amazing kids in Amsterdam were like, we want to watch Paddington 2. And I'm thinking, man, I didn't even see the first one. But you know what? You got to do it for the kids. And let me tell you, it was so good. It was so good that they went to bed and I watched the first one, which I believe had Nicole Kidman in it. And I was like, this is amazing, and I really love the warm colors in it, and I love London and stuff. So back to the Wonka presentation, something that when I think of the 1970s version, they purposely were trying to film it where it wasn't a specific time. They wanted to create something that was timeless, where you didn't know where the factory was. You couldn't say, oh yeah, this is obviously in Italy, Germany, the US. It was in a place that, anyone can say it was, I don't know, it was just something, even the clothes, they were trying to make it just timeless and stuff. So to me in the trailer, it feels very much like, okay, this is during, this part of this era because of the cars and the clothes and the people, and they're definitely to me in London and things like that. So I don't know. I guess at this point I'm just kind of blabbing on about all of these thoughts I have in my head, but not clear about how do I describe the feeling of what I saw, and also is it a good or bad thing based on what I'm pointing out. But yes, I believe they said that they have also produced Harry Potter, but at this point I'm like, I mean, listen, we've seen movies where it's like, hey, they produce these great movies and then the movie's not as good. So it's like, okay. So overall, my first impression of it is I'm intrigued. I want to see more. And, hold on. Can we talk about my favorite part? Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompa. And again, the way that the flute is played, that is exactly like the 1970s movie. So I'm like, okay, maybe they are taking inspiration from that. And so I guess I want to see interviews with Timothée Chalamet of, was he more inspired by the book? Was he more inspired by, the original movie and what Gene Wilder did? And oh my gosh, if you ever see the behind the scenes of him talking about children that would just see him in the grocery store and just go at him, and he does a shh, yes, it's me, and it's just so sweet. And I don't know, I could go off about Willy Wonka and what a great movie it is, because I guess what it is, like, there is a lesson to this story, especially within the movie. And it's the fact that kids need guidance. Kids need rules. They need standards. They need something to follow. And that, of course, you think of Charlie, and to be honest and do good, and you will be rewarded for that, and that you can have flaws and still have a redemption. Okay, I'm kind of done talking about the trailer, but can I go off about the Willy Wonka musical that Broadway and West End or whatever? So unless they change it, I hate it. And I'll say it, I think it's really petty why I hate the musical, and it's because they give away the big climax of the whole entire story. So the whole point is, Charlie is poor, his family's not doing well, then they receive this amazing opportunity to go into the chocolate factory. There's like Slugworth or Sluggo or whoever he is being like, hey, I'll pay you this much if you give me something. So then the stakes are pretty high, because it's like, Charlie, do this bad thing, but you'll be taking care of your family. And then he goes, like, everyone goes through this thing, and they say at the end of the tour, you get, a lifetime supply of chocolate. Well, him and his grandpa make it to the end only to find out you get nothing. And it's, oh my gosh, that scene completely crushes me. And, the grandpa's like, Charlie, you didn't do anything wrong. But then Charlie makes that decision to go ahead and give the gobsmacker or whatever that he was going to steal for Slugworth. And that was something that I don't think Wonka knew about that. He said, you didn't get the chocolate because the fizzy pop or whatever, you flew and you touched the walls and whatever, so you get nothing. I'm going to start saying that to my husband. Just be like, you got nothing. So then here's Charlie giving this thing that I don't even think Wonka realized that he took. And he goes, Charlie, you win. I'm going to get all teary-eyed now. So it's like you have been following Charlie's journey from the beginning to this. And then if you go to the Broadway or West End musical and you start watching, first thing you see, Willy Wonka comes out singing, "Who can make the rainbow?" He comes out and he's just like, I'm getting old and I gotta give my factory to someone. But who can make the Candyman can't? And I'm sitting there going, you just gave away like the biggest point, the biggest part of it all. And I don't care if they're thinking, well, people most likely have seen the movie. I don't care. If I'm watching it, I want to go along for the journey. Okay. So my darlings, thank you for, sitting and listening to this. And you know what? Please comment and let me know, like, hey girl, love you, but stick to the scripts, because you sitting there going off about Willy Wonka, let's edit it down, sweetheart. Or let me know if you enjoy my little stories and what's going on and things like that, because it really does help me adjust my channel to what you like, and then we get to have these discussions, which is something I like. So yes, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I'm also on Threads. I know, I never was a Twitter kind of girl, but now I'm on Threads. And guess what? No one really notices me, and that's okay. But what I'm going to do with Threads is sort of be more personal. Because my Instagram's more like a show and tell, where I'm like, well, it's more of a show, really, where I'm like, here's the stuff I have. And my stories, I feel like is more the vibe that my Threads will have, which is more like a tell. Like, here's the things I'm actually doing behind the scenes. And yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun and I'm enjoying it. So my darlings, I hope that you are doing well. Go ahead and get your vitamin D by being outside 15 to 20 minutes, but be careful. Don't get burned to the point where you are peeling and things like that. So yes, without further ado, take care, darling.